Welcome to Facts Pro, where it's all about facts, financial, accounting, and tax strategies. Only 2 weeks left before the April 15 deadline. Who does need to file by April 15? What do you need to file by April 15? That's our today's topic, mainly dedicated to those who remember at the very last minute that they need to file something. And hence the today's joke is about. So let me share my screen and we started again. So yeah, just a reminder that you still have plenty of time to do your taxes at the last minute. If you consider 2 weeks that it is last minute, some people think, oh, that's plenty of time. Okay, all right. So April 15, what do we need to file by April 15th? First, you need to file your individual tax return. This is everyone knows that, your Form 1040 or an extension. Honestly, even with that, even though it's very, well known, for some people they skip it if they just started a new, like if they were dependents for years and now they have to file an independent tax return. If they only started to get their income, if they only started the 1099 and they don't have W-2s. Even some with W-2s, they skip it. They don't think that they have to file, but you need to file. You need to file your individual tax return. If you look at the calendar, April 15 is called the tax day. Or if you're unable to file on time, you need to file Form 4868 to apply for an automatic extension that to give you an extension to file by October 15. You don't have to wait till October 15, but this is the ultimate deadline. And again and again and again, an extension to file does not extend the time to pay your taxes due. So if any balance due, you must still pay it by April 15 to avoid accumulated interest or penalties. Unless you have paid enough. And we talked about how much is enough before. Okay, what else? You need to file your first quarter estimated taxes. So if you are a self-employed individual, like if you're a freelancer, if you're a taxpayer with significant non-wage income, like significant interest, dividends, rental income, you have a big amount of income, whether it's a 1099 or coming from another source other than a W-2, there's no withholding whatsoever that's being taken from your income during the year, you need to file and pay estimated taxes quarterly. And the first quarter for the year that covers from January 1st to March 31st of 2026 is due by April 15. And as you know, and we have talked about it before, estimated taxes can be done both ways, can be done based on the safe harbor option and to cover like 110% of your tax liability of last year, or it can be done based on your current year income that you're estimating, especially if there is a big or significant change from a year to another. Okay. What else needs to be done by April 15? IRA and HSA contributions for the prior year. So that's one of the very few things that you still can do for to take a deduction for in 2025 by April 2026. So April 15 is the deadline to make a prior year contribution. And when you make the contribution, you have to specify that this is a prior year contribution. For your traditional and Roth IRA, for your health saving account, if you have a high deductible health plan, and also your solo 401k for sole prop without employees. If you have the plan existing and the plan is allowing it, you can still contribute to your solo 401k by April 15. Okay. What else? Yeah, file your business tax returns. So who am I talking to? If you have a business, what am I talking about? I'm talking about C Corp tax returns. That's Form 1120. So if the corporation fiscal year ends on December 31st, your deadline is April 15th. So even if it is a zero return, you need to file by April 15th, a zero tax return if you have an existing C Corp for the year. And if you need to file an automatic extension, file Form 7004 to give you an automatic 6-month extension to file and deposit what you estimate you owe. So for C Corps, there's usually a payment due. So you need to do that by when you file your tax return. And do not forget to contribute to your business retirement account by the filing date. So whether you file by May, June, July, or ultimately by October 15, the last deadline, you need to do the business retirement contribution by that deadline when you file. Okay, what else needs to be done? File your business tax return for some S Corps and LLC state returns. So we know that S Corps and LLCs were due March 16, but for some states, the business deadline is, the business tax return deadline is April 15. So you have to check on your state requirement to see when can you file. And other states also it's April 15. So states are so different, but we're talking federal and state. Who else needs to file anything by April 15? Estimated taxes. So the first installment, not only for individuals, but also for C Corp. If you need to file your first installment and make it a first installment payment of your 2026 estimated taxes by April 15. Fiduciary returns. So for trusts and for fiduciary returns, Form 1041, you need to file a 2025 calendar year fiduciary return by April 15 for your trust, for your state, or you file an extension, same thing. Same rules apply. What else? Gift tax returns. So this is Form 709. What's a gift tax return? Gift tax return, this is if you gifted more than 19K per recipient in 2025, you must file Form 709 to report that gift. You as the gift giver, not the recipient. So if you gift more than 19K per individual, or 38 if you're married filing jointly, then you must file this form to report the gift. Is it like if there's taxes due? No, there is no tax liability due. This is more of an informational return unless you exceeded the lifetime exemption, which is 13.99 million in 2025. So for some, this is a big room for more gifts, and for some they're just about there. So it depends on your situation, but the rule is you need to file this regardless. If you have gifted anybody more than the threshold for the year and it's informational, there is no tax due unless you exceeded the lifetime exemption amount. All right, so that concludes who needs to file by the deadline. Only 2 weeks left, so you better start now gathering all your documents and start working on this. And if you need help and if you're not sure what you need to file exactly, please reach out. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you and see you next week.